Are you serious? Are you serious? Folks, remember the woman that drove her minivan into the ocean a few days ago down there in Daytona Beach? Well, now reports are coming out that she was speaking about demons, that earlier in the day she was saying she had been talking to demons. Now, the reports are that the 3 children at Daytona Beach, Florida, are safe. After being rescued from a minivan, their pregnant mother drove into the Atlantic Ocean. If you've ever been to Daytona Beach, you know that the beach is very nice, very smooth, and you can just walk right out there into the ocean. You can actually drive your car out there and park, get out, and get a blanket if you want to, or whatever, just lay out in the sun if you want to. I mean, so it's made so that you can drive down in there. Well, apparently, she drove her van down there and then just drove it straight into the Atlantic Ocean. So this happened on Tuesday, just a couple days ago. South Carolina resident Ebony Wilkerson, age 31, drove her van into the ocean with her 3 children, ages 10, 9, and 3, trapped inside the van. After hearing the kids' screams, lifeguards and bystanders rushed into action, pulling mom and her offspring to safety. Now, by the time I get there, an eyewitness said, I saw a son was snatching at the wheel, trying to get her to come back toward the shore, trying to turn the wheel around the car. Here was one kid in the back seat screaming, help us, my mom's trying to kill us. Tim Tessler, one of the first on the scene, said. Earlier in the day, police had stopped Wilkerson in her car after her sister had called 911, worried about her mental condition. Her sister had called a dispatcher, a 911, told her that her sister, or Wilkerson, had been talking about demons that day before she had left the house, according to Police Chief Mike Chipwood. Now, officers said she appeared lucid and let her go since she did not meet the requirements of the Florida Mental Health Act from 1971, or the Baker Act it's called. So she had been pulled over earlier. The officers talked to her, felt she was okay, let her go. What'd she do? She drove on down to Daytona Beach and drove the minivan into the ocean. She had been talking to demons. Demon spirits were trying to lead her to not only kill herself, but kill her children as well. You know, Jesus said, the thief cometh forth not but for to kill, steal, and destroy. But Jesus said, I've come to give you life and give it to you more abundantly. You guys know my book I wrote last year and came out with, Zombie Apocalypse, has to do with demon spirits that are loose in the land. There's no question about it. And in this book, we talk a lot about that zombie apocalypse demons, where people strip down naked and have superhuman strength and bite on people and try to eat people's flesh and jump out of buildings and kick their way out of back of squad cars and get a guy down and try to eat 80% of his face off and eat dogs alive in the streets in Canada. I've got 35 accounts of it, actual accounts of it and reports in this book. And also I talk about demonology, a lot about demonology. You know, the demons, the legion of demons that came out of the demoniac of Gadara. I have information here from Dr. Lester Sumrall's teachings on demonology. Also, of course, Smith Wigglesworth. We also know that there was an Anglican priest in Ireland who did several exorcisms and talks about different demon spirits. I covered all of it in my book, Zombie Apocalypse. If you want to understand what's going on, is there true demon possession or demon oppression or even demon infestation of homes or buildings? All of that is covered in my book, and it will help you understand what the Bible says about demonology in the last days. Because when you think about end time Bible prophecy, one of the things people don't want to talk about or don't even want to recognize is that demon spirits will manifest greater in the last days than any other time in history. And we're seeing that now, and I want you to understand that. Not that you have fear at all, because he hasn't given us the spirit of fear, but that you have faith and the power to understand that you have power to tread over serpents and scorpions, over all the power of the enemy, and nothing by any means shall harm you. Nevertheless, rejoice not because the spirits are subject unto you, but rather rejoice because your name is written down in glory. So if you want to know more about it, my book's available only at my website at www.paulbegleyprophecy.com. I'll be right back. Got to take you back to the Middle East. Got more information.